So which issues do you often see with the early startups that enters Accelerace or one of the programs in Accelerace?
So honestly, I have to say that I'm in Nome, the companies are in general a little bit more advanced than I would say companies that enter the Accelerace program, like the normal Accelerace program. But also my experience from the Nome companies, but also from what I hear from my colleagues, is that I think the number one thing is probably getting investments. Obviously, there are big players in Denmark that are very important in this instance, but there are, I think in general, there is a lack of options. I mean, there are some public grants and some private grants that you can get, and there are
a handful of that.
Exactly. There's a handful of that, and then there's a handful of like big investors that invest into the life science. And if you don't necessarily exactly fit into what they're looking for, it can be very hard. And I think also taking the step and looking for an investor that is from outside Denmark, they would probably come back and be like, didn't you go to ABC? Like, why are you coming to me if you have these great players in your own country as well? So I think this could be an issue that some of them are struggling with.
Yeah, and also as you said, so figuring out what the investor actually want, I think that's one of the issues that we see, that the business knowledge is missing. So they have the idea, and they might be a professor or PhD student, and with this great technology, and then we asked them, so what problem do you actually solve? And they're like, it's this disease, but I mean, can we build a business case on that? So I think that's where Accelerace helps them, or at least assist them.
Exactly. I mean, they're very much technology based and not problem based, which probably comes from the fact that a lot of them are researchers and they're spun out from university and all they do. And I mean, I was the same when I was doing my PhD, right? You are looking at a technology problem and you're solving that, and you just think that you can just translate this into real life and that people will just see how like smart and amazing your technology is, and they will just go for it and run with it. But sadly, that's not the way the world works, and people want to make money out of it. They don't just want to put money in to be kind.
It's presenting your ideas for someone who understands the technology and find it's awesome technology.
Yeah.
This is great. And then to someone else that has a business mindset and wants to make money out of it. And not publications.
Yeah. And also, I mean, the chances that the investor you're pitching your startup to actually is right from that area. I mean, a lot of the projects are very niche, so the chances are that your investor might not know the details as well as you do, because their specialty is slightly different, related but slightly different. And we become such we just get so, in academia we just get so focused on one thing and this niche that you work on for like 3 years during your PhD.